Ritik bowling to Saurabh now, the right-handed batsman. That will be called a wide. That's gone well down the offside. So difficult scenario this. So Saurabh and Harpreet, the opening batsman, and Ritik to kickstart the proceedings with the ball. Oh, that's played fine. Is there protection out there? Yes, there is. No, it isn't. It's gone for 4. That's nicely played off the pads. Again, making the mistake of drifting down the leg side, and all he had to do was just get a little bit of bat on that. And that is his spot. He successfully manages. And the ball races away to the fence, and Saurabh gets his first boundary. And the first boundary for the Sweven 11 side. Saurabh to oh, again, it was similar ball, but this time he doesn't get bat on it, or does he? The umpire has signaled runs off the bat on that occasion. So it's a single. So Harpreet on strike now. Oh, that was a foolish delivery, and Harpreet was going for that wild swing. Misses it completely. Plays it down the ground. They come across for a quick single. Play that this time straighter, and that's a beautiful strike from Saurabh. Races away to the fence. That is beautiful. Look at that. Fuller length, half volley, and beautiful timing. The balance of the body on point as he plays that shot with elegance. Races away to the fence for 4. So that's the end of the first over. That's a good over for Sweven 11. 12 for no loss. Malay is the new bowler. Oh, that's a no ball. Looks like it at least. Oh, he's dropped it. And it trickles to the fence for 4. Waiting for the umpire's signal here. That's a 4. Has he called that a no ball? No, he hasn't. It's a good shot that, but very poor fielding effort there. Should have been taken at least. And it's a fair delivery. It's a legal delivery. There, that's another swing and a miss from Harpreet. Oh, he's dropped it again. What is happening out there? Harpreet was nowhere near the ball at this point. Gets a toe edge. Went in the air, and that should have been a simple chance. In fact, he's dropped that. Oh my goodness me, everything happening in this over here. A drop catch going for 4, and now a drop catch that has resulted in a single. Make it make sense. Beautiful shot. It's a misfield as well. Given away only a single on that occasion. And here's Malay bowling to Harpreet. Oh, he's played that well. He's played that well because that ball was jagging back in. So still a disciplined over this from Malay, but he'll be kicking himself that he did not get a wicket in this over because there were two clear good chances that he should have. He's played that down the ground. It might not have the legs. Yes, eventually stopped just before the boundary. Takes 2 runs, brings it to 8 runs in that over. And that is the end of the second over. 20 for no loss. Good shot that. Beautifully placed into that gap. And that has raced away to the fence. So not the ideal start for Nishant, who was introduced into the attack. Beautiful pickings this from Saurabh, who's raced away to 14 of 5 deliveries already. He's looking good out there. He's looking in good touch. He's looking in good nick. Follows up the boundary with a single on that occasion. It's good work that. Smart cricket. Here is Nishant once again. Harpreet plays that cautiously towards that third man. Played that well once again into the gap again, but there is protection out there in the deep. That's been called a wide. He'll have to bowl that one again. Falls just short of the field, a couple of bounces. Single. That's another good looking over this for as far as the Sweven 11 batsmen are concerned. 9 runs coming off it, still another delivery to go. He's played that nicely off. Maybe a single there. It's a misfield, and that will come make the batsman come back for the second. So the early exchanges of this game have been marked by lapses in the field for the fielding side. So that's the end of the third over. 3 overs gone. Sweven 11 at 31 for no loss. Plays it down for a single, I believe, towards the covers. It's a dot ball. They did not take the single. Here's Harpreet facing Malay. Oh, he's picked that one nicely. One bounce into the rope for 4. Beautiful shot that from Harpreet. Low full toss. Gets into position really quickly and uses his fast hands to good effect as he hits it past that leg side for a boundary. So this is a nice, good, fast start here for the Sweven 11 openers. They've put on 35 in 20 deliveries, and they have been on a roll at this point. Malay bowling to Harpreet once again. Was trying to play it on the offside, but gets a toe edge and that bobbles up. No run. Here is Malay bowling to Harpreet once again. Again picks it up towards the leg side, but this time there is protection out there, but no use. It's raced away to the fence for another boundary. It's a poor fielding effort there. So Harpreet now has got into the act with 2 boundaries in this over. He'd taken his time and taken stock of the situation, but now he's getting a move on. 2 boundaries in a space of 4 deliveries for him, and that will definitely light up his confidence and get him flowing amongst the runs. That was very close. That was a close call. Very close call indeed. Good full length delivery. Harpreet missing it all ends up, but had the presence of mind to get into the crease almost as immediately as he left it. So no harm, no foul on that occasion for Harpreet and for Sweven 11 in general. Here is Malay bowling to Harpreet once again. Again was going to go for that pull shot, but gets nowhere near it. So that is the end of the fourth over. 8 runs coming off it, courtesy of those two boundaries. Sweven 11 after 4, 39 for no loss. Here is played it well into the block hole. Good start this to the second over for Nishant. Oh, that's gone. The opening stand is broken, and Nishant gets the breakthrough. The ball kept low. Saurabh was expecting the ball to bounce just a little bit more, and he got well into his shot too early. And it was too late. The ball crept onto his stumps, and that is the first wicket gone for Sweven 11. Saurabh walks back. It's 39 for 1. Here is Nishant to Ravi, who's a new batsman out there. Plays it nicely down his hips. Looking for the second, but will have to settle for a single. And but the umpire is called as a leg by, so Ravi will have to wait to get off the mark of, because it's not deemed as runs off his bat. Here is Nishant bowling to Harpreet now. Again, Harpreet not able to get. He ran for a quick single, and that's a very good call actually. Ravi a little late to react to it, but eventually makes his ground rather comfortably in the end on account of the throw being on the other end. Ravi plays it down the ground for no run. This is a nice tight over. A wicket as well, and just 2 runs conceded, one of them being a leg by. Ravi here just standing a trifle outside his crease. And just when I said it, oh, he's dropped it! That was another dolly of a catch which was dropped. And that has also led to 2 more runs being added. So this poor spate of fielding continues from the Dice Aces. And after 5 overs, Sweven 11 are 43 for 1. So 5 overs gone. Sweven 11 having been put to bat first are 43 for 1. Ravi and Harpreet. Ravi currently batting on 2 of 3. And Harpreet on 19 of 17. Here is Ritik. Oh, he's played that. It's in the air, just short of the fielders. It's racing away to the fence. Will it make it to the boundary? No, it doesn't. The misfield means that they will come back for 3 runs. Again, small lapses on the field turning out to be a massive, massive issue for the Dice Aces. Here is Ritik bowling to Ravi now, the left-handed batsman. Gives him the charge. Has he found the gap? You bet he has. What an elegant stroke that is from Ravi. Gives himself just a little bit of room and plays the cover drive to utmost perfection, akin to threading a needle. Beats the gap between those two fielders with ease. And what a beautiful shot that is. It's always aesthetically pleasing to see a left-hander execute a pitch-perfect cover drive. 50 comes up for Sweven 11 with that boundary as well. They're looking for a quick 2, but they will settle for a single eventually. That was an utterly beautiful cover drive. Picked his spot rather beautifully out there. Here is Ritik bowling to Harpreet once again. That was very close. Ritik was almost up in celebration, thinking that he chopped on to his stumps, but it was not to be. So 8 runs coming off the first 4 balls, still 2 more balls to go. And on the face of it, you can say that this has been a pretty productive power play for the Sweven 11. Again, has he found that gap? No, he hasn't. It's been well fielded in the end. Do they come back for two? Yes, they do. So that's good running between the wickets from Ravi and Harpreet. Managing to get 2 more runs, so making it 10 runs off the over. Down the ground, well fielded. Oh, the bowler is in a little bit of discomfort. Yes, no, almost. And the bowler looks in pain. He's on the ground. Let's hope it's nothing bad. He's holding his ankle that was hit with a substantial amount of power. And there is concern among the batting side and his teammates in the field as well as Ritik goes down. We hope it's nothing too serious. We hope he is fine. But that brings us to the end of the power play. 6 overs gone. Sweven 11 are 53 for 1. And it is good to see Ritik get up and walk on his feet. There was a moment of concern there, given the momentum in which that ball was hit at his feet. But it's good to see him walking. He's still moving a little bit gingerly, but it's always a positive sign to see an athlete walk under his own power after getting hit on the foot. So we hope that as the game progresses, Ritik feels more better because he still has 2 more overs up his sleeve that he has to bowl. And it might prove to be pretty important depending on what stage he's entrusted with the ball once again. So safe to say that the power play tilts in the favor of the batting side at the moment. 6 overs in, 53 for 1. A good start by Harpreet, who's currently batting on 24 of 21, while Ravi on the other end has made his way to 7 of 5 deliveries. If there is one thing that the Day's Aces would like to improve upon, would be the fielding. They've dropped far too many chances for their own liking. Couple of sloppy misfields, giving them boundaries and extra runs. This is not something that they'd want this early into the innings, but they can always ensure that they improve on their fielding as the game goes by. This is good bowling here. getting a little bit of drift and turn off the surface, posing a couple of questions in the mind of the batsman while he's attempting to play the shot. And this has happened with both the batsmen, squaring them up, confusing them a bit as far as that late turn is being concerned. Sweven 11, 53 for 1. Swing and a miss. Huge appeal for a stumping, but not out. And Harsh is the new bowler who's been introduced into the bowling attack here. And he'll be bowling to Harpreet. 3 balls into his spell. Another slog sweep. So it is very, very evident out here that Harish has managed to sow seeds of doubt in the minds of both the batsmen. Both of them are unable to read him off the arm. The fact that he's getting a little bit of drift and turn off the purchase further complicates matters for both the batsmen. Finally, Harpreet gets a bit of bat and gets a single in the bargain. So this has been a nice tight over after the power play for the Dice Aces. One more delivery to go still, but he's only given away 2 singles so far. And that'll bring Ravi on strike for the final ball of the 7th over, with the score reading 55 for 1. Let's have a look where this goes. Here's Harish to Ravi. Ravi plays it late, but does not have enough strength to beat that fielder at short third. They will be happy with a single, but that is a good first over from Harsh. Just 3 singles off it. 7 overs gone, 56 for 1. So 7 overs gone. It's 56 for 1. Good first over after the power play for the bowling side, giving away just 3 singles off it. And Harpreet and Ravi currently on strike. A nice loopy full toss. Has that found an edge? I don't think it has, but that's well fielded from that fielder at short third. Good fielding that. Get a single off it. And again, this is the problem with the left hand, right hand combination. The angles, the fields, the lines and length always need to be constantly changing, which is why it's pretty imperative for both the batsmen to continuously rotate, strike, and keep the scoreboard moving if they're not getting the boundaries there. As Vineet, the new bowler introduced into the attack, continues his over. Harpreet on strike. Plays it down the ground for a single as the fielder at long on gathers. And as you see once again, because the left-hander is on strike, the entire field moves on to the offside. There is a long off, there is a long on. And he plays it nicely down the leg side. The fielder will gather. They are looking for two, but Harpreet sends Ravi back. Ravi was excited for the second run. He looked to be the one giving the call, but Harpreet sends him back before any further damage was done for the batting side. Here is Harpreet. That's a wide. We'll have to bowl that one again. Will Vineet. What will Harpreet do here now? Here is Harpreet. He's picked the aerial route and that's gone all the way for six. That's a lovely shot from Harpreet. Rocks back on his back foot, waits for the ball to come to him, and unleashes the full might of his power as the ball goes over the rope for six. That's a good looking shot and probably a much needed one as well, given that there was no boundary in the space of the last 9 deliveries. He goes for it again. Has he timed it? No, he hasn't. A couple of bounces to the fielder at long on. Will settle for a single. And that will bring Ravi on strike. Oh, he's got that fine. He's surely got that fine, has he? Yes, he has. And that will find its way to the boundary as well. It was a poor delivery to begin with in the first place. It was drifting down the leg side. All Ravi had to do was get bat on it, and he does. So a big over this, 15 runs coming off it, 8 overs gone, 71 for 1. Slog sweep from Harpreet, and that is given as a boundary. One bounce into the rope for 4. So Harpreet has been taking the charge here. He has a 6 in the previous over and now a 4. So he's moving crazy. And Harsh, who had bowled such a good first over, previously giving away for 3, is welcomed with a boundary straight up in his second over. And obviously that will definitely put a little bit of pressure on the bowler as well. In the situation that they find themselves in, the Sweven 11 batters are going pretty nicely. They're motoring along. Ravi currently on 15 of 11, and Harpreet moving nicely along, gracefully and elegantly with the occasional smattering of power hitting on 37 of 28. Here is Harsh bowling to Harpreet once again. That will be called a wide, and rightly so. It is well wide down towards the offside. So as you can see, pressure already building up. Full toss and given the treatment. And that, waiting for the umpire's call. And that's given a 4 as well. One bounce. So back-to-back boundaries now for Harpreet. And Harsh well and truly under the pump. 9 runs of his first 2 deliveries. Not a good sign this, if you are the Dice Aces. They've already reached 80 as early as in the 9th over. It's in the air, but this time no connection whatsoever. So it'll only be a single. Moves on to 81 the score, and Harpreet finds himself on 42 of 30 deliveries, scoring at a strike rate of 140. As Ravi will now get strike for the first time in this over. It's already a good over as far as the batting side is concerned, getting 10 runs in the first 3 deliveries. It'll be very interesting to see what Ravi's approach will be from here. Does he continue attacking, leading into a two-pronged attacking approach from the batsman, or does he play the role of the sheet anchor and making sure that he holds one end up while Harpreet continues the aggression from the other end? We'll find out soon enough. It's a classy shot. He's found the gap as well. It's racing away to the fence. So Ravi decides to go on the attack as well, and Harsh has been well and truly put under the cosh here. 3 boundaries in 4 deliveries, 14 runs already in this over, and Sweven 11 have pressed the accelerator and are in 5th gear at the moment. Big over this. Still 2 more balls to go and 14 runs already off this over. Here is Harsh again bowling to Ravi. Ravi plays it nicely, but unable to beat the gap on this occasion. So it'll be a dot ball. Oh, that was close. Almost had a wicket there. Would have been a perfect ending for him, but it's not. It's a dot ball, but still it's a very successful over for Sweven 11. 9 overs gone. 85 for 1. So Vineet has been brought into the attack. Vineet had a very expensive first over, given away 15 runs in that over, and he will hope to just stem the flow of runs a bit. Everyone on the leg side, there's a long on, there's a deep mid wicket, and there's cow corner as well. With a long off to boot on the offside. Oh, he's picked the bones out of that. No matter. That's gone all the way for 6. It doesn't matter how many fielders you put on the leg side for Harpreet, he will come at you in the slot asking to be hit. And in the kind of touch that Harpreet is in, he does not need a second invitation to latch on to those. Harpreet is on 48 of 31. He's been batting brilliantly out there. He's found the gap once again. And that will bring up a magnificent 50 for Harpreet. Moves to 52 of 32, and that's another beautiful shot. Timing, power, placement, precision, you name it, this shot had it all. And that's another boundary. Well done, sir, and well played indeed. 6 and 4 of the first two deliveries, and Vineet once again finds himself under pressure. This has been a brilliant batting performance from Harpreet, and he still has a long way to go because there are still 10 more overs after this. Ample of time to get as many runs as possible because he has looked like $1,000,000. Let me tell you that. Played that nicely again off his hips. This time we'll be happy to take a single. And that'll bring Ravi on strike. And Ravi currently playing the role of the sheet anchor to perfection. He's getting his runs, don't get me wrong. He's getting his runs. He's getting the odd boundary from one side. But he has held one end up nicely as Harpreet has gone about his business in brutal fashion. As you can see once again, there's a little bit of a change in the field. There's long off. There is long on. There is a deep cover. Deep extra cover. There's a deep mid wicket as well. So there's enough protection on both sides of the wicket ahead of the bowler in the V. Oh, that's well bowled. And well played as well. So 4 balls into the 10th over. Already gone for 11 runs. And this is a very, very good and advantageous position the Sweven 11 team finds itself in terms of setting up a good total. Oh, Ravi was looking and winding himself up for that big shot. Unfortunate that he did not get the connection there. Will have to settle for a single. So once again, 12 runs coming off this over. Still another delivery to go. And Harpreet is the batsman on strike. Similar field. Long on. Cow corner. Deep mid wicket. Here is Vineet bowling to Harpreet. Plays it nicely. That's a dot ball, and that will bring a close to the 10th over. So we are on the halfway stage of the first innings. Sweven 11, having been put to bat first, are on 97 for 1. And it's time for a little drink and refreshment. We are back. Players are well hydrated. They have replaced the body fluids, and now they're all set to go do battle in the second half of this first innings. And it is Malay who's been reintroduced into the attack. 2 overs, none for 16 in his first spell, and Sweven 11 currently in a very strong position. 97 for 1. Harpreet currently batting on 53 of 34, while Ravi on 20 of 16. Be very interesting to see what the approach of the batters will be just outside of a drinks break. We've seen time and again batsmen losing their focus and concentration after a drinks break. There, as you see, he was going for that expansive drive straight up. The first ball after drinks, but thankfully there was no edge that would have been trouble. Very interesting indeed. Here's Malay bowling to Ravi once again. This time he gets it. He's found the timing, but straight to the fielder. This will only be a single. Here is Malay bowling to Harpreet now. Playing it well down the ground. That will be a single. Here is Malay bowling to Ravi. Is down the ground, will be a quick single once again. They're looking for two. Excellent running between the wickets, and they get it. Very good running between the wickets. Here is Malay bowling to Ravi again. Flicks it nicely. Fielder there will cover it, will only be a single. So this is a nice tight over so far. 5 runs of the 5 balls. Malay will hope to finish strong. Look to avoid conceding a boundary and make sure that the 7-11 side does not get away with it with another easy boundary. He wants that his field set remains on point. Oh, would have been another chance, but no, it isn't. So that is the end of the 11th over. 102 for 1. Here is Nirav introduced into the attack. Oh, he's got bat on that. That's fine, and that's raced away to the boundary for 4. Very poor start. Gets way down the leg side, and all Ravi did was just apply a handful of bat on it because it would have found its way to the fence eventually, even without the bat. Back to back boundaries this, and Ravi now making a move on. 110 the score. Excellent batting this from Ravi, and Neerav once again immediately put under pressure with 2 straight boundaries in his spell. This time finds the fielder, so it'll be 9 in 3 rather than 12 in 3. So the runs continuing to flow in abundance for Sweven 11. That will bring Harpreet out to the middle on strike. And he's gone. That is the end of Harpreet. It was a brilliant innings while it lasted. But Harpreet has to walk, having been dismissed by Neerav. Loses his stump in the process. Sweven 11 lose their second wicket. It's 111 for 2. Akshat is the new batsman out in the middle. So 9 runs coming off it, but also wicket, making it an even over in the scheme of things. So Akshat will prepare to face the first ball of his innings in this match against the Jfsc. It's been called a wide, so he will have to bowl that one again. Plays it down the ground and gets off the mark. Will it be a single? Nicely flicked down the ground. They would look for 2, but settle for a single. So that is the end of the 12th over. 114 for 2. Harsh back into the attack. 2 overs, none for 17. Got a little bit of tap in his previous over, went for 14. Is Harsh bowling to Ravi. Plays it down the ground, quick single. Harsh making some subtle adjustments to his field, making sure that everything is right. Oh, he's picked that. He's picked the bones out of that. And that has gone a long way for 6. Brilliant shot that from Akshat. The moment he saw the ball in the slot, his eyes lit up like a kid in a candy store. And boy, he nailed the living daylights out of that ball as it flew high and handsome. Good shot once again. Plays it off the back foot for a single. This is good batting from Sweven 11. They've made sure that the intensity and the scoring rate has remained high, irrespective of the 2 wickets that have fallen. They've not compromised on their scoring rate. They are looking for those big shots. They are looking for the aggressive batting approach, and that has been a crucial factor in the way that they find themselves in. Very, very good approach this from all the batsmen who've come in so far. So Harsh bowling to Ravi. Ravi plays it down the ground. A little bit of a fumble, but nothing doing. They decide against the single. Here's Harsh to Ravi once again. It's well wide. He'll have to bowl that one again. Oh, he's played that well and taken. So Ravi has to depart, and that is the 3rd wicket to fall. Ravi was looking good as well on 35 of 26, but he has to go, and Harsh gets his first wicket. It was not the best delivery, but he will take it. Ravi did not get any sort of connection on it. There, he's disappointed as he walks back to the pavilion, but still, good knock from him. 123 for 3. Sweven 11. Saurabh is the new man who's making his way into the middle. Coming in at number 5. 123 for 3, Sweven 11. Dice Aces picking a couple of wickets of the set batsmen. Both set batsmen, Harpreet and Ravi, are now back into the pavilion. So this could be their window of opportunity to sneak in a couple of quiet overs and put a break on the scoring rate of Sweven 11. But whether they are able to execute that to perfection remains to be seen. Oh, he's cut that nicely, but A little bit of a yes, no. Throws at the wrong end. So that is the end of the 13th over. It's 123 for 3. Need of coming into the attack. It's an inside edge. It's racing away to the fence. They find it. Yes, it'll find. Oh, it just trickles its way to the boundary. So a boundary of the first ball, and Akshat will not mind it at all. It doesn't matter how they come as long as they come. Oh, he's picked that one nicely. Well fielded out there in the deep for a single. Oh, he is smoked that. That is gone long and massive. What a way to get off the mark for Saurabh. That's a huge hit. Wow. Talk about brute force. This is brute force. Using the long handle to devastating effect. Nirav been given the harsh treatment here. 11 runs already. Oh, Saurabh was going for another big shot. Misses the ball, keeping low as well. It's in the air and taken. So that is another wicket that falls. So a couple of quick wickets, and that is a little bit of a victory run here by the fielder. There's the fourth wicket gone, so sort of hits a six and then departs. It's 134 for 4 after 14. Harsh back into the bowling attack. And Harsh is the new batsman who's walked out to the middle. He will be on the non-striker's end as Akshat gets ready to take strike for the first ball of the 15th over. Oh, he's knocked him over! What is happening here? The Dice Aces are slowly and steadily making a comeback. They have picked up wickets at regular intervals, and all of a sudden, Sweven 11 find themselves half their side down. It's 134 for 5 as Saurabh, Akshat, I beg your pardon, has to depart with 13 of 7. Things are slowly turning in favor of the Dice Aces at the moment. And you would say that this is arguably a very unlikely turn of events, but credit to the Dice Aces for not putting their shoulders or letting their shoulders drop. They kept on plugging, they kept on chipping, and now they finally have the results to show for. 5 wickets down. Sweven 11. So 2 brand new batsmen out in the middle, Harsh and Sehaj. Both of them have not faced a single delivery. And this is exactly the situation that the Dice Aces wanted for themselves. A pretty favourable one here. No, the perfect window of opportunity here to quieten things. Plays it nicely. They're looking for 2. A little bit of a hesitation, but eventually make their ground. So 2 runs, and Harsh is off the mark straight away. So Harsh continues, will bowl out. He's currently on figures of 2 of 20, 2 for 28 into his final over. He's down, that's a misfield, and that's racing away, and that's gone to the fence for 4. So the runs continuously flowing, and Harsh continues, and the fielder at square leg still happens to be down, I believe. He is back up now. Lets it go. So it's a dot ball. 140 for 5 now, the score. Plays it nicely, taps it down for a single. One 141 for 5, 7 runs, and a wicket as well. Sahaj goes the aerial route, but there's a fielder there in the deep. So it'll only be a single. So Sahaj also gets off the mark immediately. 15 overs gone. It's 142 for 5. 142 for 5. 5 more overs to go. It's safe to say that Sweven 11 will definitely be looking at a score of anywhere between 180, 180, I believe. 142 for 5. I think 40 runs from here is not a big ask. Swings and swings nicely, and that's a very good start to this over. The boundary straight up. So Sahaj also gets a boundary to his name. Low, it keep low, but it was drifting towards the leg side. So Sahaj got into position quickly and swivels and swats it to that square leg boundary for 4. Oh, that's beautifully hit. Straight and make that 2 4s in a row. So Vineet has been expensive and he continues to remain expensive. That's 2 4s in 2 deliveries. And that brings up the 150 for Sweven 11 in the 16th over. Swing and a miss there. It's a dot ball. He swings that one as well. And will that find the fence? You bet it does. So that's 3 boundaries in the over. And Sahaj has turned on the heat over Vineet with some consecutive good hitting. He's hit that nicely down the ground, but there is protection in the deep, so it will only be a single. And plays it down the ground. Will get a comfortable single this time around as well. So 15 runs of the over, still one more delivery to go. Oh, he's not getting enough bat on that. Will be a single, so that's 16 runs, big over that. 16 overs gone. It's 158 for 5, 4 more to go. Swing and a miss there from Harsh. It's a misfield and they will come back for the second. Again, the poor fielding continues. Runs off the bat, says the umpire. Swing and a miss there from Harsh once again. Waiting, it's called a wide. The keeper coming up. Ishan, the new bowler, introduced into the attack. Pick that, it's in the air. One bounce to the fielder at long on, so will be a single. Here is Ishan bowling to Harsh. Plays it down the ground, nice and easy for a single. Swings hard, but again not getting the timing. So only have to settle for a single though. Cut that well. To the fielder there, will be a single. Despite the wide, this has been a nice over from Ishan. Not a lot in terms of the bad deliveries, just 4 singles, apart from that wide that was given. So 165 for 5, and that is the end of the 17th over. 3 more overs to go, it's 165 for 5. Small confusion there. It seems like there is another ball for Ishan's over. So one more ball to go. The score at 165 for 5. Here is Ishan to bowl the final ball after a brief break. Oh, he swung that. He swung that hard. Will that find the boundary? No, it won't. Well fielded. Come back for two at the end. So 9 runs off the over. 17 overs gone. Sweven 11, 167 for 5. Siddharth bowling his first over, starts with the dot ball. Harsh on strike. Tries to muscle that down the ground. Will only get a single in the process. Sets, smashes it down the ground. There is a fielder there at long off. So it'll be a single. A swing and a miss. It's a good over this so far. He's picked that. It's in the air. Will be only a single though. Mistimed shot completely. The score is at 169 for 5, halfway through the 18th over. Swing and a miss once again. So this is a good over from Siddharth under the circumstances. Can he make it count here, does Civil Siddharth? And that is the end of the 18th over. 18 overs gone. It's 169 for 5. Two more overs to go with the score at 169. Surely Sweven 11 will definitely be targeting a total in and around the 190 mark. 20 runs from the final two overs isn't a tough ask, but it'll be very interesting to see how Nishant, I beg your pardon, bowls from here. Plays it down the ground. Will be a single. Oh, it's a misfield and it's gone for four. Just what the doctor ordered for Sweven 11. Not so much so for the aces because that is an absolute brain freeze. 173 for 5. He cuts it well. Is it enough to go for 4? You bet it is. Back to back boundaries for Harsh. So they move on to 177 now. That calm over in the previous one has only served as further fuel for Harsh to go all hammer and tongs in these final exchanges of the first innings. Huge appeal and he's given the wicket and Harsh has to depart, but he's done his job. One hundred and 177 for 6, 9 more legal deliveries to go. After back-to-back boundaries, Nishant gets a breakthrough. Abhishek, it's a full toss. We'll keep it down to a single. Are they looking for 2? Sahaj says no. और दुनिया भर का टाइम पास करके आके बैठेगा और तुम लोग करते रहेगा तू आएगा तो अभी ऊपर नहीं जाएगा. 180 up for Sweven 11, and they will feel that this score is more than enough to be defended. 11 runs coming off it despite the wicket of Harsh. They will not mind it at all. Here is Nishant bowling to Sahaj. Sahaj kills it to Big Heave. And that is gone for 4. लोग जानबूझ के टाइम पास कर रहे हैं. 15 runs off this over. That's a massive over. 184 for 6. Is 200 on the cards here? They surely like to think so, given the way Sahaj has gone about his business, but he will start the final over on the non-striker's end. 184 for 6. Good shot. And he does the part successfully where he gives Sehej the strike very early into the last over. The score moves on to 185. Here goes. Swing and a miss. Four more deliveries to go. Oh, he swung that. He has swung that. Oh, what? That is gone for 6. That is massive. 191 for 6, Sweven 11. And surely they're just 2 hits away from 200 now. Can they reach it? This is brilliant batting from Sehej towards the end of the innings. He's on 27 of 14, striking at almost 200. .191 for 6. Here is Sehej. Swings it. That's the dot ball. Final 2 deliveries to go. 9 runs to get for 200. They've already got 190. He swings it but does not get the connection he was looking for. They'll definitely look for 2. Little misfield and they manage to get the second run. So that's 193 for 6. Last ball of the innings to go. .193 for 6. Oh, he swung that. It's in the air. And taken. So the innings comes to an end with a wicket. So it's 193 for 7. That's a brilliant score after 20 overs. After being put into bat. Good batting displays from Harpreet, Sehej, leading them to 193. So the target after coming back for the run chase is 194 for the Dice Aces. We'll be back with the run chase shortly. Let's have a look at that. Sehej swung for the hills, giving the final ball of the innings. He got the required elevation, but not the distance, and a comfortable catch at the end in the deep. But this is a very formidable total here. The target for the Dice Aces when they come into bat is 194. We'll be back with the run chase shortly.
Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable, and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable, and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable, and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable, and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable, and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable, and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable, and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable, and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable, and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable, and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable, and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable, and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists,
Here it is, Ravi to bowl to Vineet. Good ball first up, bowling it just on that 4th to 5th stump channel and picking that block hole length. Right on the money there from Ravi. So the run chase, the equation for the Dice Aces is that they require 194 to win in their quota of 20 overs. Oh, that's a huge appeal. Not out, says the umpire. He's played that well. That's racing away to the fence, and that is the first boundary. Vineet gets off the mark and gets the Dice Aces up and running in this run chase. Again, good ball, nothing much wrong with it. It's just that the execution of the shot was spot on from the batsman. Vineet will be looking to settle scores here because last time we seen Vineet was expensive with the ball. He'll be looking to make amends with his batting performance, and shots like these will definitely go a long way in making sure that he gets his team off to a good start. Oh, he flicked that. That's racing away to the fence. And that is two back-to-back boundaries in a row for Vineet and the Dice Aces. This time he strays down the leg side, and all Vineet had to do was get a portion of his bat onto the ball, which he does with aplomb. Back-to-back boundaries have brought the Dice Aces the positive start that they required with the bat to chase a big total. Here is Ravi bowling to Vineet. Oh, he's picked that one. Has he found the gap? He has, but does it have the legs to go to the boundary? It's a tough chase, but the fielder will eventually win it. Come back for two. So after a couple of dot balls, they've taken 10 runs off the next three deliveries. So this is just the start that the Aces required to chase a target as big as they have in front of them. They will need more of this in continuous overs in order to stand a chance, but this is a good start. And as they say, well begun is half done. Plays it down the ground, no run, that's a dot ball to finish. So end of the first over, 10 for no loss. Well is the new bowler. Oh, that's a good ball. That's a huge appeal as well. The bowler was very interested in that, but the umpire was not interested. That's a good ball first up, pitching it on good length, picking that fourth, fifth stump channel across that corridor of uncertainty, forcing Kumar to play a shot at that. And Kumar finds himself very fortunate that he did not get anything on it. Oh, that's a good ball. Bowling it away in the first ball and getting the ball to move back into the right hander. Get a single for their troubles there, the batsman. That will bring Vineet on strike. He is the man in form at the moment. 10 runs of 6. Here is Well coming to Vineet. Oh, that was reaching. The umpire calls it a wide because it was outside the line of the off stump. So you'll have to bowl that one again. Whale to continue. Oh, Vineet picks that up and oh, that's a drop catch. Harpreet drops that. It was a low chance. It was a sharp chance. He did the good work. Managed to get his hands underneath the ball, but the downward momentum means that he was not able to hold on to it. Good effort that. Kudos to the effort. Unfortunately, it will be counted as a drop catch. Whale now to bowl to Kumar. Here is Whale bowling to Kumar. It has been a disciplined bowler so far. Oh, it's called a no ball. The umpire calls it a no ball because of the lack of fielders inside the circle, so he will have to bowl that one again. And to make matters worse, this is a free hit. Just what Kumar required because he seemed to be struggling a bit in the 3 balls that he's faced. So very interesting to see what Kumar's approach will be for this free hit. Not able to take full advantage of that free hit. Only settles for a single on that occasion, which will bring Vineet on strike. It has been a very disciplined over from Well so far, despite a wide and a no ball to boot. Again, too close to call, but the umpire gives it in favor of a wide this time. Very, very, very intriguing with the way that Whale has been bowling. He's keeping it towards that full length, and making sure that the batsman does not have enough time to react or attempt a drive. On the off chance the batsman does attempt a drive, it could result in getting an edge, and the keeper comes into play. And the keeper standing a little up. Oh, he's played that nicely. That's fine. That's racing away to the fence. And that's gone for four. The umpire calls it leg byes. Unfortunate there from Vale. Flicks it, hits a little bit of the pad, and that goes for four. Here's Vale. Final ball of the over. Plays it nicely in front of him. Ends it with a dot ball. So that is the end of the second over. The Aces are 20 for no loss. Here's Ravi. Oh, he's played that beautifully, but there is a fielder there. Just a single. They're looking for, oh, it's a misfield. Goodness gracious me. The Sweven 11 fielders were not backing up and they were standing like statues, allowing the batsman to get a second run on the overthrow. Fielding leaving a lot to be desired from both sides here. The Aces themselves were pretty culpable of dropping quite a few catches. The hope for the Sweven 11 fielders will be that they do not follow suit, because it could be a problem, especially when the batting side, the chasing side in this occasion, have started so well. Oh, that's a good shot. It's in the air. Falls in between the two fielders. Get a single for their troubles. Oh, it's in the air. That's a leaning edge. The fielder's coming underneath it. Oh, he's dropped it again. Harpreet once again. That is his second dropped catch. This one much more comfortable than the previous one. Let's have a look at that. Good ball. He was trying to play it on the leg side. Gets a leaning edge. Was in the air for a very, very long time. Harpreet had all the time to set himself, but goodness gracious me, he spilled that. That's an almighty meal of a chance that was very, very presentable. Gets 2 more runs for it. Shouldn't have been a drop cat. This should have been the first wicket, and that's played well. That's played well. Talk about adding insult to injury, and that's gone for 4. Just the ball before, it could have been a wicket, but instead, this ball has raced away to the boundary for 4. Good fielding by the guy there outside the boundary. And Vineet has moved on to 17 of 11 deliveries. 9 runs off the 4 balls, and still 2 more balls to go. Here is Ravi bowling to Vineet. Oh, he's picked that one nicely as well. Back-to-back boundaries. The Aces have got the perfect platform to build on as far as this run chase goes. On the leg side, gets into position quickly. All he knew was to get it behind square on the leg side over the infield, and he does exactly that. Vineet is batting like a dream at the moment. 21 of 12 deliveries. Thirteen runs of the over. Very, very big over this. Oh, he's picked that one as well. Make it 3 boundaries in a row for Vineet, and make it 17 runs in the over for the Dice Aces. This one was a low full toss. Vineet gets down on one knee and whacks it over the infield over the leg side for 4. Brilliant batting this from Vineet. 37 for no loss after 3. That's a swing and a miss on this particular occasion. Was looking for the big shot there, was Vineet. Was unable to get it. Whale has been very disciplined with his bowling so far. Oh, that's another. Oh, he's got him right in the unmentionables. It's a good ball there. Vineet got into position a little too early. Hits him in the groin region. That's a beautiful shot. Vineet plays it to perfection. That is a textbook late cut. Waits the ball to come to him, beats the gap, and finds the fence for four. For four. The Aces move into the 40s. This is a good opening partnership, out of which the dominating partner is Vineet, while Kumar has been the able foil from the other end. Here is Whale. He's played that nicely down the ground as Vineet. And that brings us to the end of the fourth over. 4 overs gone. The Dice Aces are 43 for no loss. It's a huge appeal, but that's been called a wide by the umpire. So you'll have to bowl that one again. Tried to cut that, but it was too close. However, they will come across for a single. Plays it across for a single there. Score moves on to 46 for no loss. Currently, the Aces are well in control of the run rate. The scoring above 10, while the required run rate is at 9.6. He's played that well, but there is a fielder there. Pratik is the new bowler. Again, he started well after the wide. 4 balls and just given away just 2 singles. Here is Pratik bowling to Kumar. Kumar takes the aerial route and finds the fence. 1 bounce into the rope for 4. And that brings the 50 of the partnership and the 50-run total for the Dice Aces. Beautiful shot, giving him the charge, coming onto the front foot and picking the bones out of that. 1 bounce into that mid-wicket fence for 4. Huge appeal and given. That is the wicket that they were looking for, and the partnership has been broken right after the boundary. Kumar has to depart. Good bowling that. There we go. Deceptive here. Bowls it on that full length. Oh, that's a good delivery. Hits the top of off stump. The perfect delivery. Kumar has to depart. It's 50 for 1 after 5. Couple of bounces into the rope for 4. So Vineeth continuing to attack from one end. Once again, a short pitch delivery, rising up nicely into that hitting arc for Vineeth. And all he had to do was get it over the infield on the leg side. Starts off the final over of the power play with a boundary. Ravi put under pressure straight away. Oh, he's picked that up. That's in the air. And that's taken. So Vineeth has to depart. Vineeth was looking good. He was on 34 of 20. He was threatening to take the attack to the fielding side. But that's a good running catch. And finally, one of the Sweven 11 fielders manages to hold on to a catch. Did not get enough of bat on it. And that's a nice running catch in the deep. And it's the danger man who has to depart. And all of a sudden, the Dice Aces now are 54 for 2 with two new batsmen out there in the middle. Two new batsmen out there in the middle. That is exactly what the Sweven 11 team wanted. Oh, that's a good, well-directed, slower bouncer. Quick run as well. So good cricket all around. Good bowling followed by a smart defensive shot followed by very good running between the wickets. Sequence of good cricketing actions all around. It's a huge appeal for LBW and is given. 2 wickets in the over for Ravi. And what an over this is turning out to be for Sweven 11. Harsh has to go. Good delivery this once again, bowling it fuller. And yes, that's hit him right in front of the stumps. The umpire had a little think and then raised his finger. And that is the third wicket to fall for the Dice Aces. 6 overs gone. The end of the power play. 56 for 3. What poor fielding that is. What should have been a routine save for a single towards long on has turned out to be 3 extra runs that went right through his legs. Not something that you'd expect from a fielder at this level. Very poor indeed. And that's a much needed boundary for the Aces after the over that they had previously. Let's play that nicely. Quick single, good rotation of strike. Score now 61 for 3 at the start of the 7th over. Keep in mind that the Dice Aces are chasing a total of 195 and they're 3 wickets down in reply. They still need 134 runs to win, with the required rate now at 9.8. That's been given as a wide, a little late, but rightly so. There is Pratik. Oh, he's played that nicely, but there is protection now in the deep, so it'll only be a single. Another wide. We'll have to bowl that one again. He's played that nicely. That's a good flick. Has he found the fence? You bet he has. So Siddharth gaining confidence slowly and steadily. Beautiful flick of the wrists, this. Nice wristy flick, the bottom hand coming into play. And he finds the boundary with ease, square on the leg side. So the score moves on to 68. And once again, this is turning out to be an expensive over, 12 runs coming off it. And still, two more deliveries left in the over. Good cricket this following the boundary, a quick single, so constant rotation of strike, making sure that the scoreboard is not stagnant. Score moves on to 69 for 3. 13 runs coming off, one more ball left. Played it nicely down the ground for another single, so make that 14 runs off the over, or make it 15. They get another. That's another misfield. So the spate of poor fielding mistakes continue. 7 overs gone. It's 71 for 3. Starts off the over with a 4, and Parikshit has been welcomed with a boundary off the very first ball of his spell. So Siddharth making a move on. He's raced and galloped on to 15 of 6. and plays it down the ground. Looking for two. That's very well run between the wickets. Following the four with a two. Here comes Parikshit to Siddharth once again. Oh, that's well outside. And that's given a no ball. So that's a free hit to boot as well. That's gone for four. So the free hit has been taken full toll of. Again in the slot in his hitting arc. And he swung and swung hard. And he gets the reward for it via a boundary. So already this is turning out to be a massive over. 11 runs from it in 3 deliveries. And Siddharth enjoying himself here. 9 ball 21. Oh, that's a beauty. That's an absolute ripper of a delivery. And that is gone for another boundary as well. So the over continues to swell in size. 15 runs off it and still one more delivery to go. They are well in control of this run chase at the moment. Taken! Just when I said they were in control of the run chase, and look at the show of emotion from that fielder there. And they have got a huge wicket. It is Siddharth who has to walk. He thought he played it just enough to get it over that fielder, but that is a very good catch. And Siddharth has to walk, and that is the fall of the 4th wicket. So 8 overs gone. 86 for 4, the Dice Aces. 8 overs gone. The Aces are 86 for 4. While the scoring rate is well under control, the one thing that they will have trouble with is the fall of wickets. I believe they've lost a one wicket. They've lost one wicket too many in this run chase. That might come to haunt them. Swing and a miss. Swings hard, but there is protection, and then the fielder at long on collects, so we'll get a single. Nicely played down the ground there towards the covers for single. Played that late. Again, enough to travel for a single. Big appeal. Not out, says the umpire. Played it down for another single towards that short cover fielder. That is the end of the over. 9 overs gone. Plays it nicely, opening the face of the bat. They will come back for 2. Very well indeed. Trying to play the similar shot again, but no run. Played it down the ground. A little bit of a yes, no. Oh, goodness me, what's happening here? Oh, he's missed the run out. And finally, they get a single that they were looking for in the first place. What an absolute comedy of errors that has happened. Every event cascading to in one improbable situation after another. The non-striker was almost halfway through, and by the time he turned around, the bowler was all in readiness to take the throw, but he missed, and they eventually come across for a single. The last thing that the batting side here needs is a run out because plays it nicely. No run. Both Nishant and Partho need to get their communication spot on because they cannot afford any more mistakes. It could probably be their last. Swings hard. The bowler did get a hand to it. It's a single. Swing and a miss once again. That brings us to the end of the 10th over. 10 overs gone. The dice aces are 94 for 4. Time for drinks.
Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling, unpredictable, and action-packed tournament of the year. Amateur Premier League Season 1. Mumbai, are you ready? The city's biggest amateur cricket showdown is here. Jolly Friends Sports Club proudly presents Amateur Premier League Season 1. Whether you're a batter with fire in your eyes, a bowler with magic in your wrists, or an all-rounder ready to own the pitch, this is your chance to shine under the spotlight. 8 teams, 8 owners. It's time for the real auction. Teams will be built, friendships will be tested, and champions will rise. From smashing sixes to strategic bids, it's time to witness Mumbai's finest amateur players go under the hammer. Get ready for the most thrilling, enthralling,
So here we are after the drinks break. Both teams refreshed, hydrated, energized. So the equation now for the final 10 overs is that the aces require 101 runs in the last 10 overs, and the required rate for the first time in a while has gone above 10. And this is the window of opportunity for them because they have 2 batsmen who are not exactly getting the middle of the bat, who've not hit a boundary in the 14 balls that they've played together. So that's come close to 3 overs that there hasn't been a scoring shot that has resulted in a boundary. And here is Aditya to bowl his second over. Got a good tight first over, which went for only 4. There, once again, that's another good ball. A hopeful shot for LBW, but it was always looking to miss the stumps drifting down the leg side. That's in the air. They're looking for two, and they come back rather comfortably in the end. You score at 96 for 4 now. The target has come under 100 runs. 99 required of 58. It's edged. And that's racing away. Has it? No. They will come back for another two. And that has gone for four. And the 100 comes up as well for the Aces. This is turning out to be a good over. 10 runs coming off it. Still one more ball to go. And finally, they get a boundary at long last. It felt like it would be some time coming, and just when you felt that Sweven 11 would press the initiative and put in a tight over, the Aces come roaring back with a big over for them. Reverse sweep in the air. Falls safe. And that's an appeal for run out. And that's given. That is an anticlimax if there was one. Like I said, the last thing that this Aces side needed was a run out. And that is exactly what has happened. They have fallen prey to a run out. Ill-advised reverse sweep. A little bit casual in the running, and he was well short of his ground. That's a good piece of fielding there. That's a good direct hit. And that's an excellent fielding effort. So it's the end of the 11th over. The Aces are 104 for 5. He called a wide, so he'll have to bowl that one again. Still 90 runs required in 9 overs. He's played that well. He's played that fine. And that's racing away to the fence for 4. That is an excellent shot. Played it with soft hands, waited for the ball to come onto the bat, opens the face at the very last moment, and it races away to the fence, beating that third man fielder for 4. Excellent batting this from Hrithik, who's on strike. And it's Partho, I beg your pardon. Partho getting that much needed boundary. So still things under control. It's been called a wide. That was well wide. He tried to double bluff the batsman who he saw coming ahead. But it eventually ended up being far too wide on the offside. Oh, he's played that well, he's played that fine, but there probably will be a fielder there who will cut it off, but not before the batsmen come across for a comfortable 2. So 8 runs of 2 balls. They have paced the chase pretty well. They've paced the batting innings rather nicely at this point. So Parikshit not having the best of days. He has taken a wicket, yes. He's gone for 27 already. That's gone fine. That's racing away to the fence, and that's a 4. It'll be called leg byes. No, it isn't. It is runs off the bat. That's placed very finely by Partho. So it's 4 runs off the bat. So the score moves on to 116, and this is once again just the over that the Aces were looking for after the fall of a wicket. But I said I said the same thing in the previous over, and they ended up losing a wicket. They do get a single this time around. Partho was looking for 2, but Hrithik's outstretched arm had other ideas. So already 13 runs off it, but 2 more balls still to go. So they're well in place here. This is a very good over so far. Making sure that they keep the asking rate under control, which is currently at 9.3, which is entirely manageable. The only concern being the wickets column. They've already lost 5. And they cannot afford to lose another one given the circumstances they find themselves in. Or else it could be a long evening for them. He's played that nicely, opens the full face of the bat, and Hrithik gets off the mark straight away. So 14 runs of 5 balls, 1 more delivery left. Oh, that's a good, well-directed bouncer. And that is the end of the over. 12 overs gone. It's 118 for 5. Aditya brought back into the attack. Pretty economical from his point of view. None for 14 in his 2 overs. What can he conjure up here? Can he bowl a tight over? Or can he somehow pinch a wicket and add a little more pressure onto the batting side? Here is Aditya bowling to Ritik. Ritik picks his spot. Has he found the fence? You bet he has. Great start to the over for the Aces. Not so good for Sweven 11. Aditya being taken to the boundary in the very first ball of his third over. And that scoreboard pressure once again reduces a bit with that boundary. This is what a boundary in the first 2 balls of the over does. It transfers the pressure back onto the bowler and indirectly to the fielding side, which makes them fall behind in the 8 ball, because at this point it is the batter who is narrating the entire field set to his advantage. Can Ritik make sure that he gets in another boundary to fully put the pressure back on the fielding side? And they will too. They do get a single though. That'll bring back Partho on strike. Here's Aditya bowling to Partho. It's a nice loopy full toss, but there is protection in the deep as Harpreet gathers and sends it back to the bowler. That'll be a single. Always played that well, but again, there is protection out there in the deep. They will come back. No, they will keep it down to just a one. So that's 3 straight singles after the boundary, so making it 7 runs in the over. They're going at just at par if they do get a 9-run over. Another boundary here would definitely make things that much more easier for them. That's a wide, so you'll have to bowl that one again. The good ball, loopy, slow, beating Partho for pace. So that's a dot ball. Good outcome under the circumstances. Partho was definitely looking for a big shot there. For sure. Oh, he's picked that nicely. He's picked that nicely. Are they going to look for two? Yes, they will eventually get two rather comfortably in the end. So that makes it 10 runs off the over. 13 overs gone. The Aces are 128 for 5. They need 67 more to win of 7 overs. The asking rate is 9.57, while they are going at a required they are going at a run rate of 9.85. So Ritik to take strike for the start of the 14th over. The match tantalizingly poised at this point. 67 runs, 42 deliveries. Will be very interesting to see where it goes from here. Here is Ritik. Oh, that ball was there to be hit. He was looking for that big shot, but he did not connect at all. And Ritik will be disappointed with himself. He should have got bat on that. It was there, it was at the perfect pace, but not to be. No matter, still enough time to go. Well wide down the leg side, so you'll have to bowl that one again. And it is Watsal who's been introduced into the attack. Ritik once again on strike. Oh, he's played that nicely. That's in the air. Falls short and will be a single. Here is Vatsal bowling to Partho now, who's currently on 23 of 17. Oh, he's knocked him over! Goodness gracious me, what has happened there? And Vatsal with a very crucial breakthrough, and once again, Sweven 11 strike at just the right time. Partho just could not believe what happened with that ball there. But he will have to depart. Sixth wicket down now, the score at 130, and it is Partho who has to walk back to the pavilion. 130 for 6, still 65 runs needed. So Malay is the new batsman who's walked out to the middle with a score at 130. 130 for 6, still 65 runs required now, but only 4 wickets in hand for the Aces. Pani. Here is Malay facing Watsal for the very first time. Trying to get underneath it. Will get off the mark though straight away, and that will be a single to the total. 131 for 6, still 64 required, and now the run rate is now gone over 10, the required run rate. 10.1 to be precise. So all of a sudden, the onus of the scoring, the bulk of the run scoring will probably be on the shoulders of Ritik. Oh, once again, fooling him up there, and he was taken unawares as well. So this is turning out to be a little bit of a sticky situation here for the aces. That's called. Oh, that is definitely high. It looks high, and yes, rightfully called a no ball above waist height, and that will be a free hit. So back to back, three straight no balls here. Okay. It's a free hit. Has he found the gap? No, they will come back for two. So the no balls have helped the aces to get back some of the momentum. 8 runs and still one more ball to go. They're down the ground. That will be a single. So still 9 runs coming off it. 14 overs gone. It's 137 for 6. 58 required of 36. Good. 6 overs to go. 58 runs still required. Here is Malay. Big appeal for LBW, but not out, says the umpire. That's in the air and falls safe. Let's have a look at what the call is from the umpire. Legal delivery. And that will bring Ritik on strike against Akshat. Let's see what Ritik does here against Akshat. Plays it down the ground, bunt for a single. Oh, he's missed it completely. And that's gone to the fence for four. Signal four byes. But those are crucial runs here for the aces. It gets them that much closer to the target. 6 runs off it, still 2 more balls to go. Akshat has bowled well so far. Swing and a miss. That's a dot ball, and that is gold dust at the moment. Here is Akshat. And that's another swing and a miss. So that's 15 overs gone. The dice aces 143 for 6. Last 5 overs of the contest, 52 runs required. In an ideal scenario, it is not exactly an uphill task. But the situation here is a little different because the aces have only 4 wickets in hand as they look to overhaul this target that is there in front of them. They have stayed very close to the asking rate throughout the course of these 15 overs, but it is the wickets column that will cause them the most consternation because they are 2 wickets more than where they should be. They should have ideally been at this stage with 4 wickets lost. Instead, here they are with 6 wickets in the hut and 4 only in hand. So it is Rithik and Neerav on whom the responsibility of scoring the target falls upon. Rithik's currently batting on 10 of 9. He will be the one taking strike at the start of the 16th over. And probably this is the over that they will be looking to take the risk that they are looking for. Because it is a spinner who will be bowling to Rithik. Rithik will definitely fancy himself with his power and his long handle to good effect. They will need at least a couple of big shots in this over to bring the over break even. Couldn't do much about it. It sat up for him, but not the connection he was looking for, so it'll only be a single. So 144 for 6 now, as Aditya is all set to bowl out. There's a change in the field. There is absolutely zero protection in front inside the 30-yard circle on the leg side. So there is an easy single available to Nirav if he chooses to go that way. However, it is easier said than done. They will not get that single. It's another dot ball. So now the pressure slowly shifting. Oh, there's an overthrow. Just when I said, and that is a poor fielding effort there because there is no fielder inside the 30-yard circle on the leg side. But here we are. So Nirav eventually manages to get Rithik on strike. Will get a single. A swing and a miss. A hopeful appeal, but the umpire says not out. But that is another dot ball. So the pressure now is well and truly on the batting side. That's in the air. And that is gone all the way for six. Rithik has used that long handle to devastating effect. And that will definitely release pressure off the aces. Goodness me, that hit was badly needed. An under edge. They will come across and they will scamper through for a single. And that is the end of the over. 16 overs gone. Nine runs coming off it. Score is 152 for 6. That's a swing and miss. He's trying to play it late for that cut shot, but Ritik gets nowhere near it. Akshat continuing to bowl nice and tight. Played that in the air. They will come. Will they come back for two? No, they don't. They'll be happy with a single. 153 for 6. Swing and a miss once again. So this is nice crafty bowling from Akshat. Managing to once again secure that pressure from his side to the batting side. Again, another dot ball. So this is a very, very good over from Akshat. Excellent bowling this. He's bowling it nice and full. He's trying to york the batsman. Oh, he's pumped that. But straight to the fielder, so it'll only be a single. So this is once again another excellent over here. Just two singles off it and one more ball to go. But Ritik is on strike. A single. And once again, this is an excellent over under the circumstances. Brilliant over under pressure. And Akshat delivers. So that's 155 for 6 after 17. 40 needed of the last 3. So here we go. Last 3 overs of the game. 40 runs more to win. 18 balls, 40 runs. The equation cannot get more simpler than this. Ritik's on strike. And this is a very, very crucial over in the context of the game. Plays it through the edge, but will only get a single. So still no boundaries, and that is exactly what the aces require here. Boundaries in heaps and bounds. You can remember that one. So here is Whale bowling to Nirav. Swing and a miss, and that's a little bit of a misfield. Oh, goodness me! Could they come back for a second? No, they don't. They're content with a single off the bye. That will keep Ritik on strike. Here is Whale bowling to Ritik now. They need a big hit, and they need a big hit now. It's a good shot, but it won't do anything because it's only a single. Here is Whale once again. He's bowled an impeccable over so far, but can he continue? That is a no ball. That is definitely a no ball, and that's a free hit. That is a free hit to boot as well. Well over waist high. But the $1,000,000 question is, can the aces take full toll of the free hit and get a boundary here? Because it won't mean nothing if they get a single or two. In fact, it's a dot ball. So once again, excellent variation of pace from Whale. Bowls the slow one and bowls it successfully. This is excellent execution of the plan from Whale, apart from that no ball. He swings hard, but will only once again be just a single. So no boundaries whatsoever. Whale has done a phenomenal job in this over. 5 deliveries in just giving away 5 runs itself, and no boundaries. So that is an excellent return. especially in this juncture where a boundary here could have decisively tilted the contest in the batting side's favor. But still, there is one more delivery to go. What can Ritik conjure up here? That's in the air. Falls short, but once again, an excellent over from Whale under pressure. Just 6 runs off it. 18 overs gone. 161 for 6. The Aces need 34 runs and 12 deliveries. Can they get it? It all squarely falls on Ritik's shoulders. The responsibility of getting these runs is on Ritik now. And it is Akshat who will bowl. Akshat has already bowled previously impeccable over here. Can he do that again under the circumstances? How much is enough to defend in the final over for Sweven 11? That's a wide. So he starts off with a wide. But the game plan here is pretty evident as to what Akshat is trying to bowl. He's going to bowl full, he's going to bowl wide. That's a swing and a miss, so it will only be a single. So it doesn't matter. That will bring Nirav on strike. And that is exactly what Sweven 11 want at this stage. They will want Nirav on strike so that they bowl as many deliveries to him as possible, which will more or less seal the outcome in their favor. He swings it. Is it going for 4? Oh yes it is. A much needed boundary here. That will ease the pressure a little bit, but they need more of those. They need at least 3 more in this over to make sure that it is an even footing in the final over of the game. 28 required of 10. It's a free hit as well. So this is a huge moment in the game. 27 required of 11. Swings hard, but nothing doing there. Will only get a single. Oh, they're coming back for 2. And they get it. So it's 25 of 10. So they've already got 10 runs in the first 2 balls. He swings, it's high. Fielder comes underneath it. Oh, he drops it. Everything's happening out here. And now that is a drop catch. But that will bring Ritik on strike. So 24 needed of 9. What can Ritik do here? A 6 will tilt the contest once again. But Akshat has had the better of this matchup with Ritik. He's not allowed Ritik a free extension of the arms. And he will try to do that this time around as well. What does Ritik have in sleeve? Plays that down the ground. Has he found the gap? Has he found the gap? Oh yes it is! What has the fielder done there? He inadvertently hits the ball into the boundary with his foot. This game is still not over. 20 needed of 8. This is cinema at its finest. This is cricket at its finest, folks. We are nowhere close to finding who the winner is at this contest. Brilliant contest. There's still 20 runs required of 8. Ritik on strike on 25. 28 of 22, I beg your pardon. Long on, long off, deep cover. There is no deep point. There is a cow corner. It's in the air, just over the fielder. And that's back-to-back boundaries. Rithik has made this contest alive once again. And that is another boundary here. 16 required of 7. It started with 35 required of 12. They've got 19 runs of this over. And there is still one more ball to go. Akshat has taken a beating in this over. Swing and a miss. So he finishes with a dot ball. So here is the equation we have in front of us. It's the final over of the innings. The Dice Aces require 16 runs to win. They are on 179 for 6. "16 runs of the final over. Who will be the one to bowl the last over?" "15 runs of the final over." "15 runs required of the final over." This is it, folks. This is touch and go at the moment. Everything to play for both the sides. Which side will emerge victorious? We are 39 overs into the game, and I still cannot give you a definitive answer as to who will be the winner of this contest, because the required runs are 15. So they will not mind if he goes for 11 runs in this over. Here it is, Neerav on strike. Ravi to bowl the final over with 15 runs to win. Here is Ravi. Neerav on strike. That's a wide. That's been given as a wide. So that's an anticlimactic start to the final over, if there was any. 14 required of 6. Ravi starting it off with a wide. This game is on a knife's edge. 14 runs required of 6. He swings for the hills. Will get a single and bring Rithik on strike. So 13 needed of 5. 13 needed of 5. Needed a 5. Ravi making sure that his field is perfectly set, because there cannot be any misfields, there cannot be any drop catches, there cannot be any do-overs. Any runs given here are costly. Here is Ravi, finally bowling to Rithik. Swing and a miss. That's a dot ball at a very crucial point of the over. 30 needed of 4. What does Ritik have up his sleeve? Ravi once again taking his own sweet time. Here is Ravi now. Once again bowling to Ritik. Swing and a miss again. Oh, that is a misfield. And that's gone for 4. Just when I said you couldn't afford a misfield, the keeper has gone ahead and fumbled a routine chance. This game's still not over. 9 needed of 3. What a game of glorious uncertainties. What a game of glorious uncertainties this has been. 9 of 3. And still this contest can go anywhere, to any side. Which side will it be is the $1,000,000 question. Ravi once again taking his time here, setting the field, making sure everything is copacetic. And here he is, all set to bowl to Ritik. 3 balls, 9 to go. Swing, swing hard. They will come back for 2. Or will it go for 4? Oh, you bet it's gone for 4! What a foundry at what a time! That's 5 runs needed of 2 balls now. Goodness gracious me, this match is not over. This match is the gift that keeps on giving. And I want more. What a thriller this has been. What an absolute marvelous game of cricket. 5 runs to win in 2 deliveries. Tension in the pitch on the ground is so thick that you can slice it with a knife. Here's Ritik. He swings. Oh, he's dropped it. Oh, he's hit hard on the face. Oh, they come back for 2. They've come back for 2. Is the fielder okay? He looks like he's hit hard. Let's hope he is okay. But what he has done, he saved a certain boundary there. Talk about putting your body on the line for the cause. That is a brilliant fielding effort, but he might have done some damage to himself there. There's a little bit of concern from both sides, but it's good to see the opposition captain also walking out and checking on the well-being of that fielder. You love to see moments like these in a game of cricket. This this is why this is why we love the sport. This is exactly why we love the game that we love so much. But now, this is the moment of reckoning. 1 ball. 3 runs to go. 1 ball. How is that for your bottle, folks? How strong are your nerves? How calm are you under pressure? Everything that you've done throughout the course of this match comes on to this very moment. This is the moment where you either win the game or you lose the game. 119 balls. We've not had a winner. 239 balls in the entirety of the match. We still don't have a winner. And here we are. The final ball of the contest. 3 runs to win. Ritik on strike. What can Ritik do? Here we go. Last ball. And it is. They will come back for two. And that is it. The Dice Aces have won it. What a match. What a finish this has been. Edge of the seat thriller. And the Dice Aces have won it with 4 wickets to spare. What a victory this has been. What a run chase. An absolute run chase for the ages. Sweven 11 can't believe it. They've let this match go. And what an innings from Ritik to guide them home come the end. The final score. The Dice Aces have beaten Sweven 11 by 4 wickets. We thought 194 was enough. Sweven 11 thought 194 was enough. But Dice Aces had other plans. And here they are. They emerge victorious. This is Delvin, and it has been a pleasure to guide you through this contest. It has been an absolute jawbreaker, an absolute cliffhanger, and an absolute thriller. But it has been a pleasure. We will be back soon with more cricketing action. But till then, this is Delvin signing off. Stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you soon with more cricketing action.